Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. D. Subhashini, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Commerce, Banking and Insurance. Now I am going to teach about a company law.
Meaning of a company. A company is a legal entity formed by a group of individuals to engage in and operate a business, commercial or industrial enterprises. A company may be organized in various ways for tax and financial liability purposes, depending on the corporate law of its jurisdiction.
Now we can see the various types of companies. Companies limited by shares, companies limited by guarantee, unlimited companies, one-person companies, private companies, public company, holding and subsidiary company, associate company, companies in terms of access to capital, government company, foreign company, charitable company, dominant company and thief company, public financial institution. Now we can see one by one. First we can see companies limited by shares. This means the shareholders of some company might not pay entire value of their shares in shares. Liabilities of a company is limited to the extent of amount not paid by them on the shares. Companies limited by guarantee means in some companies memorandum of association mention amount of money that some members guarantee to pay. In case of winding up, they will be liable only to pay the amount so guaranteed. Now we can see the unlimited companies. Unlimited companies have no limits on their members' liability. Hence, the company can issue personal assets of a shareholder to meet its debts. Companies on the basis of members, we can see one-person company. These kinds of company have only one members as a sole shareholder. They were separate from sole proprietorship. Now we can see the private company. Private company is nothing but whose articles of association restrict free transferability of shares. In terms of members, private company need to have a minimum of 2 and maximum of 200. Public company means in contrast to private company, public company allow their members to freely transfer the shares to others. Secondly, they need to have minimum of 7 members, but maximum number of members they are unlimited. Now we can see the companies on the basis of control of holding and subsidiary companies. In some cases, the company shares might be held fully or partly by another company. Here, the company holding these shares becomes a holding or a parent company. Associate company means are those in which other companies have significant influence. Significant influence is the amount of ownership, at least 20% of shares of the associate company. We can see the other types of companies such as government companies and foreign companies. Government companies are those in which more than 50% of share capital is held by either the central government or by one or more state government, or jointly the central government and one or more state government. Next, foreign companies. Foreign companies are incorporated outside India. They also conduct business in India using the place of business either by themselves or some other company. Now, public financial institution, life insurance corporation, Unit Trust of India and other such companies are treated as public financial institution. They are essentially government companies that conduct functions of public financing. Now we can see the memorandum of association. Memorandum of association represents the charter of a company. It is a legal document prepared during the formation and registration process of a company to define its relationship with shareholders and to specify the objectives for which the company has to be formed. Now we can see the importance of memorandum of association. It clearly defines the span of operation and functions of a company. It brings about transparency and is a medium via which all stakeholders get full information regarding the company. Memorandum of association is means of attracting investors as they get a clear idea of activity and objectives of a company. This is one of the example of memorandum of association format. You can see the contents of memorandum association format. It must consist of name clause, registered office clause, object clause, liability clause and capital clause. Name clause means it provides the name of the company. Registered office clause means it shows of which state of company is incorporated. Objective clause means from the object clause it shows the purpose of a company. Liability clause it shows the liability of the members of the company. It can be limited by shares or guarantee. Capital clause, companies have share capital will show the total authorized capital which is divided into a number of shares and the amount. Now we can see the objectives of MOA. A company can undertake only those activities that are mentioned in the MOA. In other words, the memorandum of association lay down the boundary beyond which the action of a company cannot exceed. And MOA helps the creditor, shareholders or any other person that are interacting and dealing with the company. Now we can see the alteration in MOA. The company after receiving approval from the MOA must alter every copy of the memorandum of association. The company can start new business activities after receiving the approval from the MCA. The article of association. Articles of association is nothing but when the company is formed, certain rules and regulations are laid down along the objectives of the company's operation and its purpose. These laws regulate the internal affairs of the company. There are two important sets of documents that define these objectives and govern the functioning of the company and is the director or internal affairs. These documents are article of association and memorandum of association. Here will discuss the detail of articles of association. Now we can see the objectives of articles of association. First one is must include the regulation for the management of a company, includes matter that have been prescribed under the rules. They do not prevent a company from including additional matters in articles of association or from doing any alteration as may be considered necessary for functioning of the company's affairs. Of memorandum in different clauses. Alteration in the name clauses of a memorandum. If the company itself wants to change the name, then its alteration in the name clause of memorandum will come under the clause section 13. Whereas of any kind of rectification in the name of the company, then the alteration will come under clause section 16, which require approval from the central government. A company can change its name at any time by any of the following procedure: by passing the special resolution, by obtaining the approval of the central government. Condition for any such alteration in the name: the change of name shall not be allowed to the company which is defaulted in filling annual returns. Financial statement, annual returns, financial statement, any document due for filing with register, repayment of mature deposit or debentures or interest of deposit or debentures. Thank you.